in the city of Asaba. And although my colleagues are meant to join me, but today I'll be the one taking the session today. So what we'll be talking about today is we'll be discussing power of attorney, right? You know, a lot of people, uh, when they hear about power of attorney, they believe that it is a title document, right? But unfortunately, it is not true. Today, I will be explaining what power of attorney is, when it can be used, and what every buyer should know before making payment. So, first of all, what is a power of attorney? A power of attorney is a legal document that gives another person authority to act on behalf of the owner. Think of it as giving someone permission, right? Or to represent you in a case or in something. So, for example, um, let's say you are living in the UK and you own a land in Asaba, and uh, I give authority to, and you give authority to someone or to your brother who is living in Nigeria in Delta State to act, right? To act to sell the land and process the documents for you. That authority is called a power of attorney. So it automatically does not uh, mean that your brother owns the land. You understand? It doesn't automatically mean that your brother owns the land. Then, a power of attorney is not a title document. Like I've said before, a power of attorney is not a title document. What establishes a title document, like a title document, is what establishes ownership, and a power of attorney just, it just authorizes someone to act on behalf of the owner. So that is the biggest difference. The biggest difference is a title document shows ownership, that okay, that Mr. Okeke is the owner of the land. While a power of attorney, right? A power of attorney is a document, a legal document that gives permission or authority for Mr. Emeka to act on behalf of Mr. Okeke. You understand? So um, there are a lot of title documents that are out there. Apart from power of attorney, there are a lot of title documents that are out there. We have the C of O, which of course is regarded as the highest title document that comes with ownership for 99 years. We also have the deed of assignment. We also have the deed of conveyance. We also have the governor's consent. We have the deed of gift. Yes, although it is applicable in some cases, right? So we have the deed of gift. So these are title documents that shows ownership of a particular property, not a power of attorney. The power of attorney cannot replace them. Okay. So I believe I'm sharing value. If this session is actually valuable to you, please like, subscribe, and share to someone that that wants to know what, that is interested in real estate and wants to know some real estate tips right here in Nigeria. So moving forward, we have here that why do people confuse the two? Why do people confuse the two? So why people confuse the two is that um, in many transactions in Nigeria, in many land transactions in Nigeria, um, especially when the owner lives abroad or cannot attend personally, a power of attorney is normally used. Right? Don't get it wrong. Like when you are not available or you are not present, for that transaction, you can issue out a power of attorney for someone to act on your behalf. But it's like you just simply give someone authority to sign and to complete the transaction on your behalf. Then we also have can someone buy land where the seller is acting through a power of attorney? Yes, someone can buy someone can buy land when using power of attorney. But one thing you must do as the buyer is first verify that title. Verify the title document of the land. To know if the person that gave the power of attorney to Mr. Emeka is actually the person that owns the land. If you understand what I mean. Like, let's say Mr. Okeke is the owner of this land. Mr. Emeka is the brother of the owner of the land. You understand? Is the brother to Mr. Okeke. So now Mr. Okeke is not presently available. Mr. Okeke now gave power of attorney to Mr. Emeka to act on his behalf. Now, you as a buyer that is buying that property, one thing that you need to verify first is the title document that backs up that property from Mr. Okeke to know if actually the land belongs to Mr. Okeke. Then, secondly, is to know to vet that power of attorney to because of course is a document, right? So to know if that document is actually signed by Mr. Okeke himself. You understand? So that is the two things that you need to understand between the two. So now, of course, I've mentioned it. Ensure that the power of attorney is genuine and properly executed. Yes, we need to ensure that the power of attorney is actually genuine. So number 6 is what mistakes do buyers usually make? What mistakes do buyers usually make? So one of the mistakes buyers usually make is not verifying the document. They do not verify the property, they do not verify the title, they do not verify the power of attorney before making any form of transaction or any form of payment. So another mistake is not conducting due diligence. That is very, very wrong. Always verify the ownership, verify the title, verify the survey plan. Like I've said, the survey plan is a is a document that shows the exact coordinates of the land and to also tell you where the land stands and where it ends. Also, verify the authority of the person acting, verify the authority of the person acting on on, um, on behalf of the owner. So these are the steps that you need to take. When you take these steps, I assure you, you you can you can save yourself from losing millions. You can save yourself from losing millions. Save yourself from losing that property, right? So before I leave, um, here is my advice to everyone watching me out there. Never go for a property because it is cheap. No, always verify the property. Always verify the property. Always make sure that you vet the property. Make sure you inspect the land yourself. If you are far from the place, you can always seek for a virtual tour. Always go for site inspection so that you yourself can see how the land is. You yourself can understand the topography of the land to know if it is a waterlogged area, if it has history of erosion, you know. So do this, and I assure you, you will save yourself millions, save yourself the cost of having litigation or losing that property that you bought with your hard-earned money. So I believe I have shared value this night. I believe that you have taken one or two things in. So if you want to start your real estate journey with me right here in the city of Asaba, you can go through my bio. My informations are there, and you can call me or drop a message either in the comment section or on my business plan. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I believe we'll call it a night. So do well to subscribe, like, and comment, and of course share and press the bell button to always get more real estate tips. So I remain Imam. See you on the next one.